Okay, howdy everybody. It's Sunday afternoon, almost 5 o'clock here in Dallas, almost 6 o'clock in New York, so the market is almost ready to open. Just wanted to go through Friday's trades. I had initially said we were biased short, and we were, sort of. Actually, we were biased short. What happened was we started selling off. Here's the strat entry right there at 46.52.75 for the short. Came back down, but see what happened once we established that opening range, the initial balance area, and I think this one's set for 10 minutes. The initial balance range is set for 10 minutes. Once we came down here, see what happened. See all these little cyan lines. Those were selling exhaustion, selling exhaustion, selling exhaustion, selling exhaustion. Okay, there's one buying exhaustion there. There's one there. There's one there. That established the range. You can see value area high, value area low here. Okay, didn't even get down to value area low. This is where we started building. As you can see right here, this is where we started building resting orders, trying to push the market up. Then we had resting orders right here trying to push the market up. So what happened? We had resting orders here trying to push the market down, trying to push the market up here, but all these selling imbalances down, or selling exhaustions down here said, go long, young man, go long, young man. So when I start seeing these, I was short. I flipped into the long down here, and what happened? Came up here. If you had two contracts, for example, you got two contracts, you flip to the long, you sat through this initial balance, retest of the low. Okay, interestingly enough, here's extended trading hours open. Okay, pay attention to this stuff. You got to pay attention to RTH opens and ETH opens and closes and RTH closes, settlement price for the last session. Okay, that's why I put them on here, so you guys can pay attention to them. Here's extended trading hours open. What did it do? It came down and retested that open. It's like, why did it retest that? Well, you go look over here. There's extended trading hours open. This is where we opened the night before. So they retested that. What are we going to do? Bam, go up. So they tried to sell, and just the buyers were just stepping in. There were no sellers down here. The buyers just stepped in and bought it up. So what did you have up here? You had, this is the RTH chart. So you had, here's the RTH open. Okay, so you could have played this one of two ways. I played it right down here when I started seeing all of this stuff down here. Okay, when I started seeing all these selling exhaustions down here in this area right here, then I flipped out of my short trade, which is I was short. I can't remember where I was short, but I was short right up in this area. There's the short signal right there at 46.52.75. Came down to this area. Once it came down here, you're looking at 5 points down. Okay, 5 points down, and then selling exhaustion. You go 5 points back up. There's your $500 for the day if you're trading one contract. If you're trading two contracts, what you do is the best way to play it, in my opinion. Hey, other people have other ways to do this. Take one contract off at either value area high, move your stop to break even down here, right? So your stop is at break even somewhere down here. You've taken one contract off, maybe at whatever that RTH open was for the day before, just in case. You never know, just in case it bounces. Okay, what happened? Took off to the upside, man, and look at that sucker go. Look at that thing. You've got selling exhaustion there, you got a selling exhaustion here, and nothing else. I mean, just you add some buying exhaustions here, pretty minor stuff, but every time you had a buying exhaustion, the buyers stepped in right there. Buyer stepped in right there. You're seeing a very shallow pullback there on that candle. Very shallow pullback on that on the 5 minute. It came down to just below, probably a 68 point Let's see. Let's look at this guy. So you're looking at, 68.1% or 61.8%, sorry. Just to make the fib guys happy at 46.60.75. I don't use fibs, but they come in handy. And this was a little bit deeper. That was a little bit deeper than 61.8. A little bit deeper pullback here, but you can see that value area high moving up, moving up, moving up, moving up. We had a nice big jump, that value area high from here to here. So once it goes through, it's like VWAP. Once you go through VWAP, you come down, and sometimes you come down and retest. We had never had a retest here, right? So where are we going? Hey, we're going to the upside, baby. It's buy city. Right here we came through value area high, and value area high is a place to look also. Value area high here came down for the retest, selling exhaustion there, and we just went north. And you can see value area high there, defining what the lower edge of that was. So if you hadn't gotten into that, okay, you could have gotten into it here, okay. It's a little late. You could see the pullbacks down here in this area. Now, pull back here, nice deep pullback there. It was probably a stop run right there down to the 7-day VWAP. And go north, young man. So what happened is we started seeing at the end of the day, we started seeing people up here, started seeing a lot of delta. Okay, a lot of delta volume here. Well, that's probably people starting to get out. That's at 1535. That's probably people starting to get out of their long positions at the end of the week. I mean, it's Friday, the end of the day, the end of the week. Who wants to hold over the weekend, right? So people were getting out, people were getting out, people were getting out. Well, what happened? Came right down to value area high, bounced off. All right, bounced off that sucker. Value area high. Here we go. So bounced up, started getting all these deep selling volumes here, selling volume here, selling volume here, right? Well, what happened? Didn't sell off very far. I mean, huge selling, pretty big selling volumes up here. 1979, you got 814, 433, 814, 1979, 541. All this selling volume down here. They couldn't push the market down. Well, that was probably, like I said, that was probably guys getting out of their long positions at the end of the day. Okay? No, and they didn't want to hold over the weekend. Well, now what happened up here? I'm switching over because the VWAP, the RTH VWAP strategy chart ends at here. Okay, so I flip over here to see what's really going on. That's my 250 volume chart. I like this one better. You can see all the volume coming in here. Selling volume, all the delta selling volume coming in here. You can see it better on a 250 chart. That's why I like it. There's value area high. All the delta volume, what happens? Price is moving higher. So the buyers are absorbing every little piece of, the market that they can. They're selling it here. They let it go here. There was your, right here, there was your buyer stepping in right there, push the market back up. Those resting orders right there, that kind of got filled right there on that candle. That's a 46.81.50. I can't talk today. And here's all your selling, a bunch of selling volume up here. Not a tremendous amount, but a bunch of selling volume back here. Okay, and then at the end, right before the market shut down for the weekend, here we go. Here's your selling right here. So we're looking at what? 7-day value area high. We're probably looking at right here. You're at value area high. We're just barely below value area high. We're probably looking at the market going up here. Just shoot to the moon, Alice. I'd be looking at that 46.94.25. I'd be looking at 46.91, and you got a bunch of orders sitting back up here. 4,700 at 206 orders. I'd be looking up here, but I'd be looking right up in this area for exhaustions, for buying exhaustions to see if they're going to sell it off or not for extended trading hours. Anyway, it's 4 minutes to open. Cash market, or 4 minutes to Globex open. So where are we lining up? Let's see what we got up here. Okay, 52%. There 52% of the orders biased to the upside, right? And if you went down to a smaller, if you cut this down a little bit, how many resting order levels you got on the dome, you'd probably see that even more pronounced down here. You can see there's still a lot of volume down here, especially at 46.77. Anytime I see triple digits, I start watching that, especially ETH and pre-market. So you're looking at that. You're looking at, where are we? Well, we're right here. You know, gee, that's where we're sitting, 46.81. There's nothing to the upside. There's nothing to prevent this market from somebody coming in and saying, buying 200-300 orders and shooting this to the moon. So, anyway, that's my analysis. That's the recap for Friday. It was a beautiful, nice short day, and then a very, very, very obvious, as you can tell, very obvious, long. We'll get back here. Very obvious long trade. As you can see, here was the sell-off. 9:30 popped up. That was the place to get in short right before the about 15 minutes before cash market open. Bam, bam, bam. Sell, sell, sell. What happened down here? You can see all these resting orders. You're seeing exhaustions, selling exhaustions, and here we go, back upside. Anyway, absolutely fantastic day. Hope you guys made some money, and we'll see you later. See you next video, which hopefully I can get out tonight. The video that I'm going to do tonight is going to cover how to trade these things. How to, if you say, for example, you come in and you look at this thing and you go, well, I want to get the top of that. I want to short the top of that. I want to short the top of that. Or I want to short the top over here. How do you trade that and not lose your shirt? Well, I'm going to show you next video. See ya.